how the gameplay works versus trying to talk about it. So let me make sure this is sized right here. It's not sized very well at all. And this hand is fine. So I don't have any one drop, so I don't have anything to play. You get one resource per turn. So you'll see my opponent and I, we both do things simultaneously. So we're going to get a second resource on my second turn here, and I'm going to play out this 2-drop. And you see when I play my thing out, the initiative goes back to my opponent. So that means his troops are going to attack first. Then he played out another card, so I'm able to attack first. And here I assign whether or not I want my troops to attack or block. And this guy can block 2 things. So I'm going to tell him to block these things here. And if my opponent attacked, which they did, my guy's going to get to block both of them. And every time this guy blocks, he gains +2 health. And this card's sweet. You pay 2 and activate it on a turn, and you draw an extra card. And this is a 5/7 with Vanguard, so it can attack and block. I don't really want to run either of my guys into this. Although I guess I'm okay running this into it because then it'll take 3 and the Holy Bolt will kill it. I don't want to run my Hacker in, though, because it'll die and then I won't be able to draw cards with it. So this thing can draw a card. He played a bunch of stuff out here. Okay, so I'm not going to play anything else out. I'm just going to pass, and then I'm going to block all of his guys because I have a Judgment that destroys all units in my hand. So I'm going to just block these things. So when he attacks, and the next turn I'm going to wait for him to play out his stuff, and then I'm going to Wrath the board. And the gameplay is fairly straightforward, but the dynamic of having the turns happen at the same time makes it pretty interesting and can make for different strategy things happening inside of. So like now he's played all of his things, and I'm just kind of waiting here. And now that he's out of resource, I'm going to go ahead and just play this Judgment and destroy everything. So there's timing on things where you want to wait for certain things to happen, so you can like play your removal spells after they've played their best troop out or something like that. This game's called Nova Blitz. So my opponent has a 10-10 and I have an 8-8. Yeah, I'm not gonna attack because I don't want him to block, but he might not declare it as a blocker, so there's kind of a back and forth. Yeah, so I could have attacked there because he set his guy up as an attacker. And now on my turn, this card deals 5 damage to something, and then this card destroys something that's taken damage, so I get to kind of just blow through that. And then this card gets bigger when things heal. Talking about this game while I'm playing it is kind of interesting. Oh, this can't attack. He's stunned it. I was like, why can't I attack? So let's block here in case he attacks. It's kind of weird trying to talk about this game at the same time as playing because there's not any downtime like there is in the other TCGs that I'm used to playing. So I can just kill this, which makes this guy bigger because I heal when that happens. I can play my Angel out. Not everything else to do. So he's pretty dead because he doesn't have anything going on the board, and my guy's just going to beat him down here. I try a lot of different TCGs and CCGs whenever they come up on the computer, and this is one of the first that I've played that really kind of caught my eye because of the dynamic of the playing at the same time is really pretty interesting. It's nice that it creates like this is a whole game that we're going to play here, and it's going to take like all of it's like less than 5 minutes, less than 2 minutes really. So the game, a little bit more than 2 minutes. So the game itself doesn't last a whole lot of time, but there's interesting dynamics back and forth trying to predict like what your opponent's going to do with the different decision points. This is a CCG, which is a little annoying. I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of the CCG model in terms of acquiring cards, but in terms of a quick game, this is something like even if Hex ever came to mobile, I can't see myself having time to like play matches of Hex between rounds at a Magic tournament, or like while I'm out and about and just have a couple minutes to kill. Whereas something like this, you can kind of play quicker games. They just went into early access on Steam today. We'll see if I can find... I just played against a computer. We'll see if there's anyone in the actual... queue that wants to battle. Otherwise, I'll just slay the computer a few more times. Because you earn cards and stuff by just killing the computer, which is nice. Alright, we got one. I don't know if the deck that I'm playing is actually any good, so maybe we might just get destroyed by someone. This ain't sweet, though. Basically, when I'm playing against the computer, I just like keep hands that have like 1 or 2 drops in it. So I'll keep here. So don't have anything to do on the first turn of the game. Don't have anything to fight with. Neither does my opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and just like snap this into play. So my opponent gains the initiative here, but if he plays a troop out like he did here, I'm going to get to go ahead and declare an attack first. So this is a 5-4. So I'm actually going to put this on a blocker, so he's probably not going to attack because my guy has first strike. And he didn't attack because it doesn't make sense to attack into my first strike troop. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play another Hive Drone out here. Ever played deck builders? Yeah, I've played a lot of different deck builders. So he didn't attack last turn, so I'm not going to block this turn. And that's one of the things where it's kind of interesting with like the layers. Like he doesn't attack because it makes sense for me to block and eat his guy. But if it makes sense for me to block and eat his guy, he's not going to attack, so I should just attack and get my damage in. And there's kind of like this back and forth of like, well, do I do this because it makes sense for him to do this or not do this? That's really annoying. So I'm not going to attack into this. You know what? I am going to attack into it. Let's just do this. And so he's going to block here. And the reason why I attacked into his guy, even though it was going to eat mine, is because I have this final blow that can destroy a damaged unit. So next turn, I'm going to lead on... Oh, Judgment kind of changes things. Okay, Judgment, I think this is the card that destroys all units. So I think I'm just going to sit on the things that I have in play here for a minute. Try and get more value out of them. Yeah, I'm going to send the Hive Drone in here, I think, and then double block his Might Casters here on the ground, since I'm hoping to... He might attack with both of these, since I can't block both of them. Like Star Realms. I have never played Star Realms. What have I played? We've played a lot of Dominion and Ascension in my house. And actually, I just picked up... Direwolf put out a game called Clank that was a lot of fun. Okay, I guess with that, I can kind of hold on to this Judgment for a little bit now. I'm going to Final Blow and destroy this, and then play my Hacker and draw a card with it. And he's got 6 resources, so I'm assuming he's got something to play out here. I've only got a 4/4 in play. When this heals, it gets +3/+3. Huh. I think he's going to attack me, so I'm going to attack him. I don't think it makes sense for him to block, yeah. Alright, so this turn, this is big and scary, so I think... Let's start by drawing a card, and then we can see what he does here. If he plays out more to the board, I can just cast this Judgment. If he doesn't play out more to the board, I can just Pacifism this so I can't attack anymore. Alright, well he committed a 7 drop, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast this Judgment and destroy everything. And then this turn, I can play this Angel of Glory, and then this can pay 2 to make something not attack, which is great. Yep, so I'm going to put this here and say that can't attack this turn. And then he's got his 4, gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack. If he wants to crack me for 5, I crack him for 10 on the backswing. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It can't attack. Blocking makes sense. That's a bad line. Ooh, that card's great. So this heals me every time it attacks. Shield bot for redirect all damage from you to this. I'm going to play this out. He killed my flyer. That's gross. Stun. So I think I'm dead. Yeah, stun means they can't do nothing, so he's just going to attack us. See? I told you my deck might not be good. try it again. It's a deck builder. Specifically, it's meant to be 1v1 fun / faster games, and most like Dominion. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that game. People have played that between rounds of things before that I've played. I think I'm going to replace this. Like I said, I don't like keeping hands that don't have anything to do early, and this hand's got 2 2-drops in it, so that seems great. Two copies of Judgment. All right, I want to play the Heaven Guard out. He's got a 5/5 with Frenzy 1. One thing that is a little confusing is that they don't... I don't know how I'm supposed to know what this keyword does. You just kind of go with your gut, I guess. I'm assuming this gets bigger when it attacks, maybe? Or when it gets blocked, perhaps? So I'm not actually sure what Frenzy 1 means. Might just Holy Bolt this if he doesn't commit anything else to the board here. Okay, draw a construct when one of your constructs dies. Yeah, I'm just going to kill that. Oh, it let him draw a card because one of his constructs died. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to block this. Hover over the unit for a while. And the keywords pop up. Okay. I thought I hovered over him for a little while, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't go long enough. Play a flying guy out. Oh, okay, I see. So it comes up in the... I must just want to evade, ignore the first enemy that would affect this, sure. So I can block here. I'm going to attack. He may or may not block. Yeah. So he attacks in here. This gets plus health when it blocks. So... Oh, he blocked with that too. Okay, I get it. I think I'm in a holding pattern until he commits more to the board and I can get him with a Judgment. Mega Zeppelin, one of your constructs dies, an opponent takes 4 damage. Yeah, I think I'm just going to assign my guys to block here. So I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this in front of here and this in front of here. I'm assuming these are both going to attack and this is on defense again. Yeah, these are both attacking, so it's going to eat this. I'll take 8. I'm going to wait for the timer to tick all the way down. And then right towards the end, I'm going to cast the Judgment in case he wants to put anything else out. That's great. So we got a murder out of him. Let's destroy all units. Oh, evade dodges. Okay. That's good to know. Evade dodges sweepers. I just was expecting that to die. Like it was going to be something like Hexproof or Spell Shield. Yeah, I'm just going to Judgment again. Let's get rid of the board. I can play my guy out afterwards. Get an attack in. So it's just the third Judgment. Seems okay. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then play this and give my guys armor. So armor reduces the amount of damage they take. Overrun. Summon, you get a random construct. Sure. When blocked, this deals extra damage to your opponent. Oh, so it's like trample. So I have the initiative, but his guys are just going to rail me, it looks like. So let's block here and block here. And I'm taking 11. Okay, he didn't attack with that. So that dies. Am I supposed to just Judgment again? It's possible I'm supposed to just Judgment again. Wait, what? What happened? Alright, well, I'm dead, but I'm not sure what happened. Yeah. Yeah. He played a card that gave him initiative and started combat immediately. Yeah, that's rude. I was trying to Wrath. I figured it must have been something like that because the timer ran out real quick. I was like, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. It's a little bit slow, but none of these decks have been super aggressive so far. It has a 1-drop this time around. Who's here? Is it your mom? Mom? Yeah, the timing dynamic is really interesting. So we're gonna take a few. We're gonna take a few hits. Probably need to pacifism something next turn if I don't draw another thing to play. This hand probably should have been replaced. It didn't have anything to do till the 3rd turn. I'm gonna wait and see what else he plays out. If he plays out something bigger than this, I'll pacifism that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna pacifism the Heaven's Guard.
Honey, look how much they love me. Honey. Honey. Honey.
They're great.
They love me. Why aren't you playing Hex?
I was just gonna get off and I didn't want to start a whole other match. I was playing a few games of this to close it out. So Fighter Bomber does 3 damage to all of their stuff when it comes into play. So I'm gonna do this at the last second. It'll kill this dork at least.
Hey.
Alright. Puts that to 1 toughness. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to block here. Yeah, that seems fine. He attacks, so these will just bounce off each other. Another Fighter Bomber's great. Deals 3 damage to each of these things. I'm just going to put that in, and it'll kill both of his guys. Just gets 2/2 for each dead enemy unit. So I'm going to go ahead and assign this one to block, and assign this one to attack, because I don't mind trading my one that's at 1 toughness. How does latency play into timing? Yeah. There's definitely, unlike most TCGs, or CCGs even, the timing is, latency is relevant here. Purify all enemy units, let's get rid of the text on them. Okay.
Boat. Airplane. Train.
So, yeah, I'm behind on life, so I want to trade our 10/10s if he wants to attack. Wait, why? Oh, it gets rid of the flying on them when you purify it. That makes sense. Fully heal all your units.
Where's my munchkin head? Are you a munchkin head? Go my hair.
Let's do that. Give my guys armor. So this is gonna block here. I think this is gonna attack. I feel like he's gonna block here, so I'm just gonna no. Oh, okay. And that's a really awkward combat because I didn't attack because he might block, and then I blocked because he might attack. So I'm gonna play Miracle, which heals me, and then put some Angels into play. That's really gross. Gets rid of all the text on all these. Alright, so I'm gonna block there. I'm gonna block here, and then I guess I just start attacking. preserve my life total the best I can.
Kiss. Oh, kisses. Oh, kisses. Oh, kisses.
Slow rolls are a valid tactic, yep. So I'll play my Archangel out, which says I can't be damaged this turn when it attacks. And I have the initiative, so I'll get to attack first, which is sweet. That is just Purify me again? Purify the strongest enemy unit. Alright, well, looks like we're dead. For some reason, the pacifism was like hung in my hand, and I couldn't. It wouldn't let me play it. I think it was too far over or something. Yeah, so you're just gonna go defense on everything, and then you should have chose to attack. You can't attack their cards directly. They have to choose to block. So it's similar to Magic or Hex in the combat system, where I declare attackers and they declare blockers, but you don't know if their things are being declared as attackers when you declare blockers. There's a little bit of back and forth. This hand has a 2-drop in it, so it's much better than that last one I kept.
Did you lose?
I did. We haven't won. We only beat the computer.
You suck.
I do. I'm awful. It's 1/1 if you control another soldier. Sure. So we attack for 3. One of the things when transitioning between games is always figuring out the scaling on the numbers. Like, we both start with 40 life, so this is like the 1 drops are 3 3s.
She was a day tripper.
I'm going to attack because it doesn't make sense for him to attack because I block. Yeah, so I just get enough free 3 points of damage here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the hacker out here. Give his units armor. So I'm going to go ahead and assign this to block here and this to attack. Because he's not going to run this in because it's too valuable. He can sit there and give his units armor. Okay, he blocked. Now I can just start hammering this to draw cards. I don't think I want to play out anything here. I think I want to wait to... Cost 1 less to play per tech card. Because I think I want a Judgment next turn. For intentionally wrecking me, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put this here and here. And I don't... Yeah, I'm gonna ship in with this because I'm probably just gonna Judgment next turn. Hopefully they just don't play the card that immediately starts combat. All your units in your hand and deck become Ultra Bots. Alright, well, he doesn't have any resources, so... Yeah, I'm gonna Final Blow this and play some of these guys out. And now I've got more power on the table. So... And these guys fly, which is nice, so... He'll have to play out more stuff so he can race my flyers, and then we'll get to Judgment and clean them all up. Oh, Ultra Bots are large. Okay, let's blow everything up. Literally all of his things are Ultra Bots. Well, I think we're dead, Jim. Draw a card. That and a flying guy. I wish there was a log where I could go back and see, and I know it's tough because there's the timing aspect, but I'm not quite sure. He played something that said all of your things become these cards, which seems terrifying because they're 15/15s. With armor. Well, we can say one of them can't attack, and we can play this, and then we die.
You suck.
We do in fact suck. You're not wrong. Yeah, you play the turns simultaneously, which is interesting. It takes the... We're about to get smashed here by all of these Ultra Bots. Alright. So I've been poking at this in my spare time, 'cause it's kind of fun to pick up and just play a couple quick games here and there. Because see, we just played, what, like 5 games in the time it takes to play one game of Magic or Hex, so... I don't know. And the timing aspect is interesting. It makes for... I haven't played a game where your... I guess dexterity would be the correct word, matters since playing StarCraft back in college. I never really got into MOBAs or anything like that, so it's kind of fun to play with that kind of aspect with the card game type thing that I'm used to playing. Card game type things. I mean, digital cards are a thing now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I will catch y'all later. I got to shower and eat before I head off to work, so I'll be back for more Hex on Thursday and maybe some Nova Blitz off and on in the meantime. Peace. Catch you later.